Hi folks, welcome to ISBT312 Collaborative Software Development. As you know, we're online this semester, all 100% of it. Of course, I'll be here for real in my office in Holroyd 243 and during my regular scheduled hours. I have other classes to teach this semester, so it's just me in my office as is normal in lab times and the like. This is new technology for me as well as new technology for you. As you know, LaSalle has just adopted a new platform called Canvas. Canvas is the product, and the company is called Instructure. So Instructure's the company. We're using their version called Canvas. It is in the cloud, and it's offline and hosted off of campus. So hopefully it's available to you guys no matter where you happen to roam. This is new for me, so I'm going to be learning as well as far as how we teach an online class and sort of how these things work. I'm not really planning on doing much editing, unfortunately, so I'm not a movie star, obviously, and don't expect it to take lots and lots of time to edit my videos. I expect to just talk like I normally do in front of class, and if things go too amazingly off kilter, I can hit the stop button and try to restart again. But other than that, me getting lost or getting confused, or I don't know if you heard that sound, getting updates on my computer or on my cell phone or on my tablet or anything like that, we're just going to take it as it comes. It would be as if I'm going to treat it as if you were sitting in the office across my desk, and we were having a talk about what's going on. One of the things I can do is share my computer screen. It's just me chatting right now to the little pinhole camera in my webcam. But I can share the computer screen, and hopefully what will happen is as I put together prezzies or information, we can sort of go through those. I don't plan on chatting for hours and hours and hours, and then having you guys having to call through a giant long YouTube video. My goal is to put together little short, maybe max 8-9 minute things that you can sort of piecewise work through, but we'll see how that works. So let me get used to playing with my interface here and push some buttons. Push this button here. This is my Prezi screen. So right now, this is what I would normally do if I was teaching in front of class and face-to-face. I'd put this up on the big screen in front of the room and say, hey guys, welcome to Collaborative Software Development. It's definitely the fall 2014 semester. Instead of being in a particular room in Holroyd, we are most definitely online. And at being online, it has to have some sort of container. So we are in Instructure Canvas is where we happen to be. We have a lot of introductions to do when it comes to working with online a course, and especially our brand new Canvas interface. I'm learning as well as you are. But as far as introducing the course is going to come in sort of three major flavors or three major components, if you will. Now, let's see if I can get these guys to work here. Let me push a button over here. Fantastic. Here's the first guy. Wonderful. Yeah, the title has 3 words: collaborative software development. So our first sort of module for the course will be, what do we mean by this word collaborative? I asked you to take a look at that YouTube video by Clay Sharkey. He happens to be a pretty famous guy, a modern technologist, and asked you for your opinion. So our first sort of things we're going to be talking about, what does it mean to collaborate? What sort of tools do we have available to us? So we'll be taking a look at that. This software thing, I don't expect anyone to absolutely love to make software. I personally happen to love to make software. A lot of you folks who know me know that. But in my mind, software is just that, instructions. When you compare it to hardware, you go down to the hardware store to buy, handles to a door or a new toilet or an oil filter for your car. That's hardware. Hardware is stuff. Hardware is things. But as you guys know, because many of you have been ISBT pages for a while, when we put these stuffs, when we put these things together, they sort of have to have instructions of how to work together as a system. And we looked at mechanical systems where they can't help but do what they need to do, attached by a rod or a drive shaft or a chain. Other things, especially with people, folks who have taken ISBT 111, we talked about multi-minded socio-cultural systems. That's a mouthful. People need to work on on instructions, and whether you're a computer hardware and you need software to work together, or whether you're humans. And sometimes we call that wetware because we sort of walk around with our little ecosystem. The wetware, the hardware, they all have to operate by software. So we'll be talking about what it means to actually follow instructions. And as designers, as college graduates from this course, you're going to be expected by your employer or inspected by your teammates to answer the question, hey guys, what are we doing? How are we actually going to go do this rather than just following instructions? We may actually do some software development. We a bunch of tools I want to look at make actually controlling the computer, controlling a tablet, controlling an app, controlling your screen do something. It's actually fairly uncomplicated or uncomplex with all the new modern tools. We'll take a look at that. And of course, this last thing is development. We do this all through the ISBT program, and that is, hey, I have an idea. How do I go about developing this into an actual project or product or an actual system? So we'll be talking about that as well. And as we look at the syllabus in a few moments, you'll notice that the last few weeks of the course, we will be designing what our course project should be. There'll be different elements of what that actually looks like. So we'll be talking about how we actually go through the process of developing a product. A lot of that stuff is usually known as project management. I like to call it project development, or in this case, collaborative project development. A lot of different vocabulary words, but that's definitely what we're going to be using. So let me pop back over here to us and get our screen back. What I plan on doing is in the next video is taking a look at a real quick tour of what we're going to be talking about in Canvas, and see how those things might work. And of course, Canvas is just that. The metaphor is that it is a blank canvas, like an artist, and it depends on how we put things together. I'm still learning. I have a certain idea as far as what this thing should look like. I'm going to be asking for your feedback a lot, so I'll be explaining in a few moments why everything appears to be a quiz or a survey, and why am I getting points for just clicking and pointing. I'll be talking about that in a few seconds. So let me conclude this and get this thing posted, and then I'll pop back in part 2. Thanks.